Polish and NATO forces shot down Russian drones in Polish airspace, making this one of Russia's greatest escalations yet. Tom, 3 of the 19 drones were shot down. What does this mean?
Yeah, look, it's yet another reminder that there's a lot of demand for air defense. Now, in this case, it was 3 of 19 UAVs that were shot down, but essentially long-range UAVs look a lot like cruise missiles. And so it also tells us and reminds us that countering UAVs or air defense generally is hard. And that you need a lot of it to be able to get after that. So you also saw a bunch of Polish and NATO aircraft being scrambled for air policing, and that's a good thing. It is, however, a little bit difficult to do air defense from a manned fighter jet, but nevertheless, that's an important part of the capability we have. You're probably going to see increased demand signal for distributed ground-based air defenses to contend with this kind of a problem. But it's nevertheless more significant on the political side and what it means geopolitically.
How should NATO officials address Russia's long-range strike capabilities?
Well, look, I think this is a pretty significant escalation, whether intentional or not, although clearly Poland and a number of European NATO leaders do believe it was an intentional act. It may have been a probe, a sort of a test to see how NATO would respond to this and then kind of affect their political calculus accordingly. So Poland has invoked Article 4 for formal negotiations about the topic, and I think NATO has to take it seriously. We're reminded here that, frankly, Poland has been right all along about the Russians, the nature of the Russian regime, the nature of their aggressive qualities. And so it's going to be an important test for the alliance and for all of the folks within reach of Russia in terms of how they handle it. As a practical matter, that means it's also going to be a cost imposition. There's going to have to be more air policing, more investments in air defenses to kind of stem this kind of a threat. And finally, it's a reminder to NATO of its fundamental purpose, which is ultimately to deter, especially from the East.